This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Good evening, I'm Rebecca Dupree. In breaking news, a Dunedin man has been charged with murder. The 47-year-old accused is due to appear in court tomorrow. He was arrested today following the discovery of a 66-year-old man's body at a Brockville address this morning. Scene examinations are underway in 2 locations and a post-mortem is expected to take place tomorrow. Authorities are warning Southlanders to stay away from the Winton stream until further notice. Dairy effluent has polluted a tributary in Benmore, an hour north of Invercargill, and that's now subject to investigation.
The public's being advised not to go near the Winton stream. Environment Southland's determined the level of E. coli in the water to be unsafe for contact, be it with humans, dogs or livestock. This follows a significant amount of dairy effluent dumped into a tributary feeding the Winton stream. The council's looking into how this took place.
There were strict enough regulations, and I don't want to at this stage say it was a careless action. We're not 100% sure of exactly why it happened, and that will be a matter of an ongoing investigation.
Reports of the pollution were released to the public on Friday last week. Environment Southland know which farm the effluent came from, but were unable to release this information to the South today. Tests over the weekend show the situation is improving, but water still needs to be boiled before use of any kind.
E. coli is our major concern for that, and the types of E. coli in dairy shed effluent can be quite harmful to people.
Investigators are looking into how to avoid this from happening. MAP says although it seems dairy pollution is happening all the time, the rates of non-compliance are decreasing. Last year, 4% of Southland dairy farms were significantly non-compliant, and that number's below 2% this year. He says farmers who are caught breaking guidelines can face serious consequences for their actions.
So anybody that breaches a resource consent can find themselves facing anything from a warning, a letter of direction, abatement notice, enforcement order, infringement notice or a prosecution.
MAP says the rainfall today will have helped dilute the damage done, but it will be a while until the public can use this stream again. Ruby Spink, The South Today.
Fire has significantly damaged a house in South Invercargill. Firefighters were called to the blaze on Ness Street just before 2:30 p.m. 3 fire trucks were at the scene where a roadblock was put in place by police. Smoke was billowing out of the house as firefighters worked to contain the blaze. Onlookers were battling the thick smoke and talking about how to help the family living at the address. The cause of the fire is being investigated. The newly elected Otago Regional Council has had its first meeting in which there was a tussle for the leadership. 2 chairperson hopefuls went head-to-head for the role, pitching themselves to fellow members. But all except one councillor voted for the status quo.
Dunedin-based councillor Stephen Woodhead was re-elected as the chairperson of the Otago Regional Council at its inaugural meeting in Dunedin. That was despite a bid for the role from newcomer Maggie Lawton of Wanaka. Woodhead's now starting his 3rd term as chairman and says he's glad he had some competition.
But it was actually enjoyable and found it a very good process. Made you think on your feet, and it was a good process for all the council to see the experience and skills of the 2 candidates.
Lawton, who was nominated for the leadership position by new councillor Michael Laws, says it's an honour to represent the organisation. But she's critiqued previous regional councils about their alleged stagnation in terms of water quality, and she's wanting to see some action.
More energy, more activity, council pulling together, a very communicative style of leadership is what I want to see. And I believe that Stephen has listened, and I'm very much hoping that we'll move quickly in that direction.
She was accepting of her defeat and is keen to work with her colleagues for the greater good. Returning councillor Gretchen Robertson was nominated as deputy chairperson and accepted her position gratefully, without any opposition. New councillors are launching into their workload.
There is an opportunity for Otago to enhance our relationship with the wider community, build some stronger links there, and ensure we adapt to the modern Otago and ensure that our communities, our children and our grandchildren have the opportunities that we've had into the future.
The council comprises members from throughout the Otago region, representing a wide range of communities. Elected members serve terms of 3 years. Daryl Baser, The South Today.
The unfolding drama around dangerous power poles in Otago is attracting national attention, with 3 separate investigations launched. Electricity distributor Aurora and contracted infrastructure company Delta are under fire for allegedly failing to replace substandard poles. WorkSafe and the Commerce Commission are investigating, as is Dunedin City Holdings Limited. Almost 3,000 power poles need replacing in the next year, and it's estimated another 5,000 will need replacing in the next 5 years. A Delta manager recently quit over his concerns for people's safety as a result of the degraded infrastructure and lack of maintenance. It's possible the fiasco will cost the Dunedin City Council millions of dollars, as it owns both Aurora and Delta. Dunedin tertiary students are getting the opportunity to dance the exam blues away. Volunteers from the University of Otago are visiting study areas, encouraging students to take part in a silent disco. And it's all about reducing stress.
Otago University students are enjoying their own private parties on campus. Unicrew volunteers are putting on a silent disco service to help with exam stress. Representative Sian Watts says a 5-minute break is often all it takes to make a difference.
Obviously it's exam time, so there's a lot of stressed out students running around campus, so we thought we'd just remind them that all it takes is a short break to alleviate some of that anxiety and stress that comes with exams.
The dancers are each given a set of wireless headphones with music controlled by an impromptu DJ. They then have around 5 minutes to dance away their stress with other silent partygoers in the main library on campus. Watts says those who come off the sidelines to take part are also having a good time.
The students who braved the silent dancing really had a good time, just cutting loose and shaking a leg. So yeah, definitely lots of laughter and smiles on people's faces as they were getting their groove on.
The idea was inspired by the silent disco party held on Vogel Street earlier this year. This is the second time Unicrew members have brought music to students, and they're planning more. The organisation runs a number of volunteering events throughout the year, helping students to get the most out of their time at university.
We're the group that puts on the Dunedin Sleep Out. When we recently did the Brock Party, where we took a busload of students up to Brockville for a day of community volunteer activities. So we're very much about creating that opportunity for students to connect with the community and the city that they call home for 3 to 5 years.
Watts says Unicrew also turns its focus outside New Zealand. Members are already making preparations for Christmas, with a number of hampers being created for children in developing countries. Jack Conroy, The South Today.
Still to come on The South Today, a $30 million store is about to open in Queenstown, and a bus tour promoting better funding for schools makes a stop in Dunedin.
Emu oil has been used for centuries to support joint mobility and tired muscles. Also helpful for supporting healthy skin. Available as oil or in capsules. Go to www.silberhorn.co.nz to order emu oil today.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
2016 Dunedin Relay for Life will be held on the 19th and 20th of November at Forsyth Bar Stadium. The event will be full of fun, entertainment and team spirit. The Relay for Life is a 24-hour event where you and your team take part in walking a track to support local people affected by cancer.
Hi there, my name's John Moyle and I am a cancer survivor. I had cancer 10 years ago and I'll be all clear in December this year, 10 years, so it's a great accomplishment. The Cancer Society did amazing work in Otago. I've met made some good friends and met some good people through that. Relay for Life is one of their major fundraisers for the year, and I stress it's really important people to get behind it. It's great fun, and since I've moved into Forsyth Bar, the weather's not an issue. So get amongst it, raise some money, get your friends and family, workmates together, and get down and support the Relay for Life, because the things that Cancer Society do for the people in Otago in the way of services, providing support for families and people going through cancer treatment. But we want to see you down there at Forsyth Bar, raising lots of money, having lots of fun, November this year.
Hi, I'm Nick. This is my third relay. We've had lots of fun fundraising for the Relay for Life this year. We've been doing cheese rolls with real onion. We've been selling raffles and have a quiz night coming up, which we're busy collecting prizes for that. We've had so much fun doing this in the past years. Can't wait to do it again. Hope to see you there.
It's not too late to join in the fun. Register now, relayforlife.org.nz.
Oh, help! Don't suffer in silence. Call Sunny Chin, Chi Master Body Technician, for structural, muscular, emotional bodywork. Phone 03 4250 606 for all your pain relief.
When it's time to say goodbye to your pet, Heaven Sent Pet Cremations are here to help you through this difficult experience. Call Heaven Sent Pet Cremations today for their care and guidance. Phone 489 2274.
We need your help to rebuild our animal centre urgently. Please give a little today.
Come one, come all to the Oamaru Victorian Heritage Celebrations, a year to reflect on the intriguing world of medicine in the Victorian era. 16th to the 20th of November, www.vhc.co.nz for more information.
Put your seatbelts on for this one and rev it up. Thursday night is Motorsport Night, proudly brought to you by multi-award-winning Garrador.
Welcome back. A large collection of military-style guns and ammunition has been stolen from a central Dunedin house. Police were alerted to the burglary in Maitland Street last night. They say 28 firearms are missing, along with a significant amount of ammunition. The 5 rifles and 23 handguns were securely stored and the owner is licensed. The Dunedin CIB is investigating as a matter of priority. Officers are urging members of the public to report any suspicious activity that could be related to the crime. A $30 million supermarket is about to open in Queenstown. The huge Frankton store will dwarf others already operating in the resort, but the couple who own and run the business are familiar faces to many residents.
Only 9 days to go and the trolleys have arrived, all 400 of them, at Queenstown's newest supermarket, only days out from their official opening.
Really good to see it come together and see all the people that's put in a lot of effort to get this off the ground and then stock the shelves and ready for opening in 9 days.
A rugby paddock of aisles and shelves, stacked to the brim. Tony and his wife Michelle have been in the supermarket business for over 10 years, having previously owned the New World in Wakatipu.
Having gone from that store and seen it sort of get bigger and bigger and then looking at the marketplace in Queenstown, we're just really passionate about the opportunity with the new big store, bringing a new brand to Queenstown and opening up.
The bakers are busy and rising to the occasion. The store stocks an array of local and international foods, catering to each individual taste.
We've got 16 checkouts, 11 self-service checkouts, we've got coffee, we've got everything that people are after, and we've just got all the space that we need to make sure people can get through with plenty of room to navigate and get through and look at all the big products.
Doors open Thursday, November 3rd. Johnny Appleby, The South, Today.
The Better Funding, Better Learning bus tour is visiting more than 100 schools around the country, stopping in Dunedin this week. The New Zealand Post Primary School Teachers Association and the New Zealand Education Institute have teamed up for the roadshow. It's just been at Otago Girls High School, where teachers and staff were invited to support the cause.
The campaign for better funding of education has stopped off in Dunedin to get teachers on board. Otago Girls teacher and PPTA executive member Joe Hunter says the government's reviewed education funding and the end result does not meet the standard.
And I naively thought that would mean review would be a good solid look at the fact that we'd been underfunded, seriously underfunded for about a generation. It's all to do with the changing of the Education Act. The bill has just gone through its final reading, so people are in the process of submitting what they want to have happen.
She says the main concern is for the students' quality of education. That's something PPTA members believe needs urgent attention.
We know that people are really pushed, that the resourcing just isn't there. They're not getting a fair go, and it's our kids who are missing out.
Fellow Otago Girls teacher and PPTA branch chair Jackie Yoshioka Braid says schools all around New Zealand need more funding. She says they're having to dig deep into communities to cover shortfalls, and the government doesn't seem to be listening.
And this particular government, I think they've got a real bent on getting this surplus, out there, and to say, look, we've hit the surplus, which has come true, and I've thought that for quite some time. But in the process of hitting that surplus, what they've done is they've drained all of this money out of, or haven't invested into these areas like education, health and so forth, and certainly in education we are definitely feeling the pinch.
The Education Roadshow continues this week, spreading the word to other schools around Dunedin. Darryl Baser, The South Today.
After the break on The South Today, bad news for Otago farmers, and a lawn bowling award is taken out by a Dunedin man, and not for the first time.
Emu oil has been used for centuries to support joint mobility and tired muscles. Also helpful for supporting healthy skin. Available as oil or in capsules. Go to www.silberhorn.co.nz to order emu oil today.
We need your help to rebuild our animal centre urgently. Please give a little today.
Come one, come all to the Oamaru Victorian Heritage Celebrations, a year to reflect on the intriguing world of medicine in the Victorian era. 16th to the 20th of November, www.vhc.co.nz for more information.
Pregnant? Need to talk? 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Pregnancy counselling services are here to help. It's free, it's confidential. Call us now on 0800 773 462.
The 2016 Dunedin Relay for Life will be held on the 19th and 20th of November at Forsyth Bar Stadium. The event will be full of fun, entertainment and team spirit. The Relay for Life is a 24-hour event where you and your team take part in walking a track to support local people affected by cancer.
Hi there, my name's John Moyle and I am a cancer survivor. I had cancer 10 years ago and I'll be all clear in December this year, 10 years, so it's a great accomplishment. The Cancer Society did amazing work in Otago, and I've made some good friends and met some good people through that. Relay for Life is one of their major fundraisers for the year, and I stress it's really important people to get behind it. It's great fun, and since I've moved into Forsyth Bar, the weather's not an issue. So get amongst it, raise some money, get your friends and family, workmates together, and get down and support the Relay for Life, because the things that Cancer Society do for the people in Otago in the way of services, providing support for families and people going through cancer treatment. And we want to see you down there at Forsyth Bar, raising lots of money, having lots of fun, November this year.
Hi, I'm Nick. This is my third relay. We've had lots of fun fundraising for the Relay for Life this year. We've been doing cheese rolls with real onion. We've been selling raffles and have a quiz night coming up, which we're busy collecting prizes for that. We've had so much fun doing this in the past years. Can't wait to do it again. Hope to see you there.
It's not too late to join in the fun. Register now, relayforlife.org.nz.
Put your seatbelts on for this one and rev it up. Thursday night is Motorsport Night. Proudly brought to you by multi-award winning Garrador.
Here's something else to look forward to sinking your teeth into every weekend with the Otago Daily Times, the Weekend Mix, your guide to what's hot in fashion, entertainment, food and more. New weekend magazine in your ODT. Pick up your copy this Saturday.
Welcome back. Police have publicly released the name of the man who died in a crash near Wallistown in Southland on Monday. He was 56-year-old Donald Stanley Hammond of Invercargill. The motorcyclist was killed when he collided with a ute at the intersection of Underwood Linds Bridge Road and State Highway 99. The crash occurred at about 3 p.m. Police are continuing to investigate the incident. Otago farmers are being warned to prepare for another summer of drought. The Otago Regional Council says a La Niña pattern is predicted for summer and parts of the south remain at risk of drought. Presently, farmers are enjoying moisture-rich soil from steady rainfall throughout spring. The ORC says it's not as dry as it was this time last year and ground conditions are close to normal. Aquifers and some rivers have also been replenished from recent rain. But that's due to change, with NIWA predicting below average rainfall for Otago. The ORC is encouraging farmers to collaborate on drought preparations. A Dunedin man has taken the top prize in the country's most prestigious singles lawn bowling tournament. It's his third win in the event, a feat only achieved by 2 others in the contest's 26-year history. And the winner says it wasn't easy, but the thrill of victory never wears off.
Monday marked the end of the 26th Speight's North East Valley 10,000. The final came down to a playoff between Dunedin's Mike Kernahan and Jamie Hill from Auckland. Kernahan won the match 25-15. This is his third time winning the event, and he says the thrill never gets old.
Oh no, always happy when you have a win, aren't you? So no, great field, good weekend. Guys are really good to play with and against, and so yeah, no, obviously delighted to come away with a win.
The bowlers were roughly even for the first half of the match, with scores of 8-8 by the 11th end. Kernahan then broke away, creating a comfortable lead, which he held to the finish. While he won by a large margin, he says he never took his lead for granted.
He's a really good player, so it was always going to be tough, and he's been drawing really well over the course of the last 3 days, so I just had to make sure that I got as many close as I could, which is stating the obvious, I know, but that's the name of the game, and hopefully I got more close than needed.
It was a home win, with Kernahan a long-time member of the North East Valley Bowling Club. The Speight-sponsored event has the most prize money for a bowls tournament run by a club in New Zealand. All up, $16,000 were at stake, with Kernahan claiming the winner's purse of $5,300. Now he's preparing for the World Bowls in November.
So I'm playing pairs with Shannon, the fella there, and in the fours with Ali Forsyth, who I played in the semi-final. So looking forward to that. You know, we're in with a shout, I guess. Anyone's in with a shout when you get to that level, and just put my head down and try hard.
Hill, the Auckland runner-up, won $2,700 after beating 20-year-old Dunedin player Keanu Darby in the semi-final. Jack Conroy, The South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. Southlanders are being warned to steer clear of the polluted Winton stream while the dumping of dairy effluent is being investigated. There's already been a tussle for leadership in the newly elected Otago Regional Council, but experience has trumped a fresh perspective. And University of Otago students are dancing their exam stress away thanks to an initiative by a volunteer centre on campus. Well, it's time now to find out what's going to be inside tomorrow's Otago Daily Times, and the editor joins us, Barry Stewart. Good evening.
Hello, Rebecca. Dunedin Police have today charged a local 47-year-old man with murder. This follows the discovery of a 66-year-old man's body at a Brockville address in Dunedin this morning. So we have more details on that in the paper tomorrow. We also have a very informative map showing the location of every dangerously compromised power pole
that will
in
be
Dunedin,
useful.
and it shows just how worried residents should be
Yes.
about the risk of death and injury.
I hope there's none around my house.
Well, I checked my street, and I can confidently tell you that we're clear. So that's good news.
I'm pleased for you.
Yeah, no, and everybody will no doubt be checking out their addresses as well.
Let's all move to Barry Street.
Oops. Yes, moving on, Australian television production has moved from Central Otago to Dunedin, and they were filming here today, so we caught up with them. And the fire service has warned after 22 recent kitchen fires that we should be more alert to those issues. So 22 fires over the last, what did I say?
Recently.
Recently, yeah. It's in a reasonably
short time frame.
Short time frame. Thank you for that.
You're welcome,
Rebecca. Yes,
I know what it's like to be stuck for words.
Yeah, and also on a sporting note, Otago North Harbour, the teams have been named for the big final on Friday night at Forsyth Bar Stadium. Can Otago do it? Of course they can.
Of course they can. Thank you, Barry. That is tomorrow's ODT.
Thank you.
It's time now for tomorrow's weather.
This weather update proudly brought to you in association with Silberhorn's Manuka honey.
Here is today's southern view. It's taken of a road cone, very hard at work. To the situation, we can expect a fine day tomorrow as a ridge of high pressure moves in, but a cold front and a trough of low pressure will move across us on Friday with rain and cold sou'westers developing. Always something to look forward to. Alrighty, nor'westers with cloud increasing for Balclutha, the Catlins and Lumsden tomorrow, all on 15 degrees. Bit of late rain for Gore. Nor'westers with cloud increasing for Alexandra, Queenstown and Wanaka. Rain for Tianau though, with nor'westers there and a high of 14. And high cloud increasing for Oamaru tomorrow with northerly winds 15 degrees. Nor'westers with cloud increasing for Omarama and Twizel, both on 16. And some high cloud for Timaru with a high of 15. And Dunedin tonight, cloudy with drizzle patches. A continuation of the norm, 2 degrees is the low. Tomorrow, fine, although high cloud will increase later on. Mild nor'westers will freshen. Showers, though, can be expected once again at night, a high of 16. And on Friday, cloudy with scattered showers at first and a period of heavier rain later on. Southerlies freshening and a high of 12. And Invercargill tonight, fine with a low of 1. Tomorrow, cloud increasing with some rain developing in the evening. Nor'west winds and a high of 15. And on Friday, cloudy with rain easing to showers. Strong, cold sou'westers and a high of 12. And that's all from the south today for Wednesday. We'll see you again tomorrow, Thursday. Good night.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.